Right, holiday bookings. All right, let's read this question. It says, Mr. Adams is planning a holiday for himself, his wife, and 2 children. The holiday will be in Tenerife in the Hotel Sun Beach, and the brochure costs are shown in the table below. Okay, and then underneath then it says, Mr. Adams decides to book a 14-night holiday at the Hotel Sun Beach for himself and his family, departing on the 17th of May. He also decides to book a room with a balcony and to have meals on a half-board basis. Find the total cost of the holiday for Mr. Evans and his family. Alright, so there's a lot of information going on here, okay, in this table alone. So what we need to do is highlight the key areas that we're going to be looking at. Alright, now first of all, of course, it's important we need to work out what the billing is going to be for. So obviously it's going to be for himself, his wife, and he's got 2 children. Okay, that's important, how many children he's got. Alright, and then down here then, we've got his 14-night holiday he's going for. As you can see in the table, there's different options, isn't there? There's 7, 10 nights, 11 nights, 14 nights. So there's different options there. So then you've got Hotel Sun Beach for himself and his family, departing on the 17th of May. Of course, the departing date is important because there's loads of different starting dates here. He also decides to book a room with a balcony. Okay, so you notice there you've got to pay extra for a balcony. So we'll highlight that. Meals on a half-board basis. Okay, so we'll highlight that. And I think that's it. Okay, those are the key bits of information. So now we know what he wants to get. We'll now look in the table here for the costs that are relevant. Okay, so important to highlight. You know, even with it's just a pen, just to underline things. Okay. So we know exactly what costs we're going to take before we even begin to answer the question. Now, it says he's going on the 17th of May. Okay, so if you look here where 17th of May will fall, obviously it's going to be here, isn't it? It's going to be in that week there. Okay, because that's between, 17th is in between those dates. Okay, 14 nights, so we can disregard 7 nights, we can disregard 10, we can disregard 11, it's the 14 nights there. So the cost for an adult, if we read down there, for 14 nights, the cost for an adult will be £495. Okay, that's the adult cost. And then, of course, you've got the child cost here. So the child is the same, because it says all there. The cost for a child is the same, regardless of how many nights you go for. Okay, that's why it says all. So it doesn't matter how many nights you go for when it comes to a child. The child in that row there will pay £79. Okay, that's the first child. Okay, the first child will pay 79, but then each additional child will actually pay a bit more. Okay, so the first child goes for a bit cheaper, and then you pay a little bit more there for the extra child, or any extra children. Balcony has as well, £2. Okay, and of course, if you read this carefully, what you've got to be careful of here is the supplements, right? Supplements are basically the extras that you get. That's what supplements are, the extras that you pay for. It says it's £2. If you notice, it's £2 per person per night. Okay, so that's going to be £2 for all the people that are going. £2 for each person. Okay, so for Mr. Adams, for his wife, for the 2 children, you'll have to account £2 for each of them, and that's per night. So you'll have to think about every night as well. Now you've got different options here. He's going for half board, isn't he? Okay, half board means that you get breakfast and you get an evening meal. Okay. Whereas full board would mean you can have food throughout the day, you have lunch and everything, but half board is just breakfast and evening meal, so it's a bit better than bed and breakfast. Anyway, let's go for answering this question then. So let's first of all, what I would do is I'd work out the cost. Okay, let's forget about the supplements for a minute. Let's just work out the cost for adults and children. Okay, so cost for 2 adults. Start off with the adults. Okay, of course there are 2 adults. Okay, because Mr. Adams and his wife, so it'll be 2 lots of these. 2 times £495. Okay, and we can work that out on our calculator, and we will get £990. Okay, so that will be the cost for Mr. Adams and his wife. Then we'll do the cost for the children. Okay, let's remind ourselves how many children there are. I should have highlighted it here somewhere, haven't I? Oh, it's up here. So there's 2 children. Okay, 2 children. Now the first child will go for £79. Okay. Okay. and then each additional child will go for 119. So first child goes to 79. There's another child to account for, so we add on 119. Okay, so you can use a calculator on that. Okay, 79 plus 119, that equals £198. Okay. Okay, so then we've got the cost for the adults, cost for the children. Now we need to look at the supplements. Okay, so let's look at the supplements here for the balcony to start with. Okay, let's look at the balcony to start with. The balcony costs. Okay, so the balcony costs, now think about it, it's £2, right, for the balcony, right, but that's £2 per person. So how many people are going? Mr. Adams, his wife, 2 children, so that's 4 people, isn't it? So we got to multiply the £2 by 4 people, but of course that's per night. Okay, so every night that they stay, they have to pay that. Alright, over 14 nights, of course, we need to multiply this total by 14, if that makes sense. I mean, we could write it like this to start with, couldn't we? We could say that'll be £8 a day, okay, or £8 a night rather. Yeah? Because, again, recapping, it's £2 per person, and because there's 4 people, then it'll be £8 a night. So for 14 nights, okay, we would do 8 times 14. Okay, we get 112, so it'll be £112 for 14 nights. Okay, so that's the balcony costs. Now let's look at half board. Okay, again here it's £11, right? But that's for 4 people then. 4 people then each paying £11, so that'll be £44. Okay, £44. But again, that's for a night. Okay. Okay, so for one day, I know they call it a night, but it's basically for one day of the holiday, right? So £44. Okay, just for one night. Of course, for the 14-night stay, you'd have to multiply the £44 by 14, and it comes to £616. Okay, so we've worked out now everything, haven't we? We've worked out the cost of the hotel and the flights and everything, which is all in here, and then we've worked out all the supplements. Okay, we've included everything. We can ignore a lot of things. We don't have to think about bed and breakfast or full board because you didn't choose those options. So to get the total cost now, okay, total cost, we need to add the adults, which is £990, the children, which is £198. The balcony cost, which is £112, and then the half board, which is £616. Okay, so we'll add them together. And you get a total of £1,916 exactly for the holiday.